What would question 5 on the Massachusetts ballot do? Question 5 is about how servers, bartenders, and other tipped workers get paid, and where that money comes from. Right now, the minimum wage for tipped workers in Massachusetts is lower than the state minimum wage, and employers are supposed to chip in to get those workers to $15 an hour if their pay plus tips falls short. A yes vote would gradually phase out the lower tipped wage so that by 2029, all tipped workers make the regular minimum wage plus tips. At that point, businesses could administer tip pooling, where tips are shared among all workers, including non-tipped workers. But they wouldn't have to. Supporters, led by the national group One Fair Wage, say the current reliance on tips leaves many service industry workers vulnerable to exploitation. Critics include the Massachusetts Restaurant Association. If this question passes, restaurant owners would be responsible for the added expense of paying their tipped workers the full minimum wage. They're also arguing that workers could end up forced to share some of their tips with other employees that don't serve customers. Each side cites competing economic considerations. Workers in Massachusetts face some of the country's highest costs of living. On the other hand, it's expensive to run a business here too, and the restaurant industry is still recovering from the pandemic. So if you want restaurant workers to collect tips on top of the regular minimum wage, and restaurants to have the option of creating tip pools, vote yes. If you want to keep the laws on minimum wage and tip pooling as they are, vote no.